I'm only making this video really quickly because it was recently my birthday. And what happens when you are going through your Tolkien phase in your life, which is not a phase, by the way, it is not a phase, is that everyone now has great ideas for like presents for your birthday, which is great. So I kind of wanted to show you guys a few things, including one last thing, which I'll show you right at the end, which actually wasn't something that I got for my birthday, but it was, my friend gave it to me, made it for me anyway, and just happened to give it to me around the same time. So I'm including it psychologically as like a half birthday present. And also birthday presents are really like important in The Lord of the Rings because The Lord of the Rings begins with a birthday, with 2 birthdays. And it was a birthday as well when Smeagol found the ring. So birthdays are like, lots of things happen to hobbits on birthdays. The first thing, this is a birthday card that my sister made for me. The camera can focus on this. Okay, it focused. Can you see the card opening and closing? It's so great. And then of course, and I knew this was gonna happen, The Hobbit. This particular copy of The Hobbit is the one that goes with all of the other things behind me that I'm exactly pointing to. So this will, it's very beautiful because it actually has like a colored map on the inside page opening, and it's green. I love green. Green is my favorite color, excluding my other favorite colors. And this one is illustrated with very small pictures, but also a few big ones as well. Who are the illustrations by? Alan Lee. And the paper as well is just really nice. It's got like green for like the, whatever they're called, the header things at the beginning, all green. So my dad got me this, and one other thing which I'll show you. Then we ended up going to the secondhand bookshop near his house, where he initially got me the copies of the 1971 second edition copy. I think it was 1971. Let me just check that. 1970. And the owner of that secondhand bookshop, we basically explained that we're like really interested if he had any other Tolkien stuff, and he went upstairs, up the rickety stairs, and bought down a Tolkien box, which had some much older and more interesting stuff than what he had on the shelf. And we went through it and ended up picking out this copy of The Hobbit, or edition of The Hobbit. The paper cover is completely falling apart. There are holes in it. I don't know if you can see. The reason I got this one is because this edition was 1971. So it was a year after the 1970. So I thought I'll get one that was around the same time. It's very cute. This edition does not have any pictures or anything like that. Oh, there's like a dragon on the front just here. I love it so much. Don't know if you can see that. This edition actually looks like more of a pleasure to read because, oh, there are pictures. I tell a lie. There are pictures. And I think there's not many pictures. Are these the pictures by Tolkien? Yeah, illustrated by the author. Amazing. So I'm gonna have to look at 2 sets of pictures as I go along, but I think I'm gonna read out of this book because it's small and kind of cute, and so sort of suits The Hobbit for a book. The other thing that I got that my stepmom got for me is these books by David Day, which are really beautiful. I will say, I think when I first started posting videos on the Silmarillion, I was like, are the David Day books pretty good? Because it's like one of the first thing that comes up when you're like looking for information, like reference books for anything Tolkien, is David Day. And a few people were saying maybe not the most like factually accurate, technically aren't really like encyclopedias of anything. This one is called The Rings of Legends of Tolkien, and then there's an Atlas of Tolkien. I have flipped through and looked at every single picture in this book, and the coolest thing that I've found, there are some absolutely amazing pictures. Have I read any of the words? No, I have not, but the pictures were good, and just the actual book itself is so nice. But the thing that I've taken from this most is that there's actually a really beautiful like table here that would be a great pantheon to use in D&D. This is still half boxed and I haven't actually opened it. I specifically requested this because I really, really wanted to get these. This is, okay, they're really pretty. This is a poetry collection from Tolkien. I wish I could show you how pretty this is. It's just like the colors are so placid. Like it's cream and like a dark cornflower blue. It's just like so muted. It's great. And like it's pretty. Poetry collection goes from 1910 to 1919. That's the first book. Then 1919 to 31, and then 1931 to 67. So he was he got less prolific with writing poems as it went on. Okay, if anyone is not sure if they should get the poetry collection, it's really pretty. The books are so sweet. They're sweet. I think that is like a word for it, sweet. Relaxing, peaceful. Okay, there are some intense poems in here. This is not a walk in the park poetry book. Oh man, this is going to be so fun to look through. If anyone is wanting just poems that they can read back to back and then go on to the next one, this is not the book for you. The poems come with explanations. I also think that some of these poems will be in the History of Middle-earth, because I'm just looking at this one, and this is a Children of Húrin poem, The Battle of Unnumbered Tears and Morgoth's Curse. I shy away from anything that involves Fingolf and dying. There's so much that I think that you could read in books like this and be internally inspired in your own mind for your own creative endeavors. I don't know how else to explain that. Two more cool things. Someone was commenting the other day about the BBC production of The Lord of the Rings. Anyway, I bet you haven't recently seen a full set of the tapes of the BBC production of Lord of the Rings right here. So there are 3 volumes. I'm currently listening to on a tape recorder got specifically so that I could listen to this. Thank you, Dad.
But I have so little of those things. Gandalf, you are wise and powerful. Will you not take the ring?
No. No. Do not tempt me. I dare not take it.
There is something so tactile about having tapes in a tape recorder. And like the sound, you can actually physically hear the sound of the tape going backwards and forth, like rewind. Can you hear this? If anyone hasn't listened to these, I'll just explain essentially the BBC production, which was produced in, according to Google, 1987. So they're not actually a read through word by word of The Lord of the Rings. It's more explanatory, more almost narrative. Some of the actual explanations are given a little bit more explanation heavy than what you find in the books.
What a pity Bilbo did not kill Gollum when he had a chance.
Pity? It was pity that stayed his hand. One reason why Bilbo took so little hurt from the evil of the ring was because he began his ownership with pity.
I'm sorry, but
What I'm doing is I'm reading chapter 1, then I'll go and listen to the equivalent on the tape, and then it's interesting just to see the differences and also just to hear it read aloud, because I don't have to concentrate so much because I've just read the chapter, so I don't need to worry about what happens next so much. So it's really just, I can put it on when I'm cooking or whatever and just enjoy the actual tape. And it's really nice. They do have like sound effects and like really like they're a little bit dorky, but like they have birds in it chirping in the distance. And Ian Holmes, the voice actor for Frodo, is the guy who plays Bilbo in the movie series. It's also just really relaxing to listen to. I'm like thoroughly enjoying just being able to put it on just because it's a tape and you can press a button and then it starts playing, and the stop button is so satisfying when you hear the tape click off. Anyway, the last thing I want to show you, which is honestly just like the most niche, coolest thing. And none of you are going to guess what I'm about to show you. If you do, I will not believe you. But when I was running a escape house in my house with Lord of the Rings themed, I had asked one of my friends to bring her actual replica of the One Ring. It has the writing and everything on the inside of it. On the inside? No, on the outside of it. One of my friends was like, well, we have the ring, but we need to put it on a plinth. And I was like, I don't have a plinth. Well, my friend who signed up recently for a pottery thing has made this. And oh my goodness, did I get so confused when I first saw this. A clay replica of the plinth that the ring sat on in the movies of the Lord of the Rings during the Council of Elrond. I'm never going to receive a more niche gift than this ever. It's so good. It's so heavy. And I also love that there's like an 8-sided star. I do not know if the 8-sided star is supposed to be the Star of Feanor or some other representative thing, but I'm going to assume that Elrond probably helped to design this or requested something like this specifically. So very, very cool. And my friend who, by the way, is not really a big Lord of the Rings fan herself, and this is one of 4 that she made because she was trying to get it perfect. I wouldn't have cared if it was imperfect. It's already perfect. So I now have something from Rivendell sitting in my house. It is impossible for me to look at it and not smile right now. Like, it's just the coolest thing. I don't have a ring to put on it, but many other things go on it. When I'm seriously considering them, I put the thing on there and make a decision about what to do with it. I need to end this video right now.